friend. All right, much respect. You gonna be speaking for Arizona?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think we got a badass team with some cars for you, bro. You're gonna have your hands full.
You know, we left Memphis because, hey, we know that road inside and out. And
there are legends in motorsports, and then there are enigmas. Guys who are so good, so consistently on top, that you can't just chalk it up to a simple explanation. In the loud, rowdy world of street and no-prep racing, Ryan Martin is that enigma. For years, he's been the quiet storm on Street Outlaws, letting his record-breaking Fireball Camaro do all the talking. While other guys are yelling, he's winning. While they're posturing, he's collecting championship trophies. And with every single win, the whispers just get louder. What in the world is his secret? How does one man, in a sport defined by razor-thin margins and spectacular failures, stay so calm, so calculated, and so dominant? The rumors have been swirling for years, painting these wild pictures of secret factory backing, a hidden team of motorsport engineers, or some kind of controversial, rule-bending tech that gives him an unfair edge. People said the answers. The real truth behind the championships and the almost unbelievable speed were locked away. Hidden from the cameras, concealed behind a single, unassuming garage door in the heart of Oklahoma, everyone figured that when that door finally opened, they'd find a scandal. They wanted to find the source of some whispered controversy, a secret that would knock the king off his throne. But they were wrong. The truth of what was inside was way more shocking than any rumor, and it would change how everyone saw the king of no-prep racing forever. Because what they found wasn't a secret to his success, it was a testament to it. Before we can really get the shock of what was in that garage, we have to understand the man who built it. Ryan Martin wasn't born into the racing spotlight. His journey didn't start on a TV set, it started in the trenches of the gearhead world. Long before the nation knew his name, he was the co-owner of B&R Performance, a high-performance shop that quietly became a force in the Oklahoma racing scene. Martin was the guy behind the curtain, the tuner and builder who helped other drivers, like Freakin', Reekin and Jackie Knox, climb the ranks. He was building monsters for other people, sharpening his skills, and learning every single thing about how to make a car launch harder, pull stronger, and fly faster than anything lined up next to it. His passion kicked off where it does for so many of us, in high school. It was a 1989 Ford Mustang he saved up for, a car he took to the drag strip almost every weekend. That early obsession forged a deep, almost intuitive feel for how cars work and how to manage power. While other kids were learning to drive, Ryan was learning to race. He cut his teeth in the hyper-competitive world of X275 radial racing, fighting his way to the top in a class known for being brutally unforgiving. This wasn't just a hobby, it was an education in the physics of speed. When he finally decided to step out from behind the toolbox and into the driver's seat on Street Outlaws, the change was massive. He wasn't just another fast car, he was a powerhouse from day one. Driving his now iconic cherry red 2010 Fireball Camaro, Martin didn't just join the list, he systematically tore it apart. His personality was a total contrast to the loud characters on the show. He was quiet, focused, analytical. His rivals could never get a read on him, but they could always read his taillights. His dominance wasn't just on the street. When the No Prep Kings, NPK, series blew up, creating a national stage for the biggest names in the game, Ryan Martin became its undisputed king. He didn't just show up to compete, he built a dynasty. He's a three-time individual NPK champion, an incredible feat of consistency in a series where one tiny mistake can wreck your whole season. He followed that up by leading his hand-picked crew to the NPK Team Championship in 2023, proving he's not just a driver, but a leader and a strategist. All this success, this relentless string of wins and titles, is what built the myth. How could one guy be so good, for so long, in so many different arenas? The answer, a lot of people thought, had to be more than just skill. It had to be a secret weapon. And everyone assumed that weapon was hidden in his garage. In the high-stakes world of racing, silence breeds suspicion. Ryan Martin's calm, professional vibe was so different from the usual chaos of the street racing scene that it became a breeding ground for rumors. His private workshop, the garage, became the Area 51 of street outlaws, the center of every conspiracy theory you could imagine. The whispers started on forums and social media, then they spread through the pits at every single race. What was really going on at BNR Performance? The most popular theory was that Martin had some kind of secret, unofficial factory backing. Fans argued that no independent team could possibly develop and campaign cars at that level without the deep pockets of a major automaker. They imagined a secret squad of engineers, flown in from Detroit under the cover of darkness, cooking up new tech just for the Fireball Camaro. Others whispered about money. They figured Martin had a silent billionaire backer, some anonymous benefactor pouring endless cash into his operation. How else could he suffer a huge wreck and show up a few weeks later, even faster than before? It had to be an unlimited budget, a financial advantage his rivals just couldn't touch, and then there were the darker rumors, the ones that questioned his integrity. Competitors, frustrated by his seemingly effortless wins, would hint at illegal mods and creative readings of the rulebook. Was he using some kind of traction control so advanced it was impossible to detect? Was his fuel mixed with some secret, illegal additive? The more he won, the wilder the theories got. These rumors weren't just trash talk, they were a direct result of the awe and frustration he caused. In a world of bravado, Ryan Martin's quiet confidence was just unnerving. His success felt so complete that it seemed almost supernatural, and people needed an explanation, a shortcut, a silver bullet, something that would make it all make sense. The garage was the box that held all these secrets. So when the world was finally promised a look inside, the hype was insane. Everyone leaned in, ready for the bombshell, ready for the shocking truth. The moment finally came, not with a bang, but with the quiet hum of an electric motor. The simple, roll-up steel garage door started to climb. The air was thick. This was it. The big reveal. The end of the rumors. But as the door went up, it didn't show some secret lab staffed by engineers or a treasure chest of illegal parts. There was no sign of a shadowy billionaire's checkbook. The first thing that hit you was the light. Bright, clean, professional-grade LED light, bouncing off a floor so glossy you could see your reflection. This wasn't a garage. It was a surgical theater for horsepower. It didn't smell like stale beer and old parts. It had the sharp, sterile scent of race fuel, mixed with the almost antiseptic smell of industrial cleaners. What they found inside wasn't chaos, it was order. Absolute, meticulous, breathtaking order. Massive Snap-on and Mac tool chests stood like soldiers, every drawer perfectly labeled, their chrome surfaces gleaming. Every wrench, every socket, every single tool had its place. There were no junk piles, no clutter, nothing out of place. On one wall, custom shelves held neatly organized bins of fasteners and fittings, each labeled with a precision that bordered on obsessive. This was the first shock, the raw, undeniable professionalism. This place didn't just rival major motorsports teams, it mirrored them. It was a visual of a mindset, a philosophy of precision that explained more than any rumor ever could. And in the center of this temple of speed, under those bright lights, sat the gods of this world, the cars. There wasn't a speck of dust on them. They weren't just parked, they were presented. The famous red of the Fireball Camaro seemed to glow, its polished surface reflecting the spotless shop around it. Next to it, another beast, just as mean, waited patiently. The only sound was the low, electric hum of diagnostic gear and battery tenders, a constant pulse of readiness. This wasn't a place where secrets were hidden, it was a place where victories were built. The shocking truth wasn't a scandal. It was the stark, overwhelming realization of the sheer level of dedication, investment, and discipline it takes to win at this level. The garage didn't hold a secret weapon. The garage was the weapon, a perfectly tuned environment designed for one thing and one thing only, to build the fastest cars in the world, and to do it so precisely that nothing is left to chance. The myth of a hidden advantage was shattered, replaced by the much more impressive reality of an unmatched work ethic. Once the initial shock of the garage's pristine condition wore off, the real story started to come out, told by the machines themselves. These aren't just cars, they're chapters in a saga of speed, each with a history written in welds, mods, and battle scars. At the heart of it all stands the legend, the Fireball Camaro. For fans, this car is as iconic as its driver. It's a 2010 5th-gen Camaro, but calling it just a Camaro is like calling a Navy SEAL just a sailor. The car in that garage is the result of years of relentless evolution, a twin-turbo monster that has redefined what a street-raced car can be. Its heart is a massive, custom-built 481X engine from Proline Racing, a name that's synonymous with championships. At times, strapped to this beast is a pair of huge twin turbochargers, forcing enough air into the engine to create an almost unbelievable 4,500 horsepower. To control that biblical force, the car uses a sophisticated fuel-tech engine management system, a brain that lets Ryan and his team tune every single aspect of the car's performance. But the Fireball is more than its specs. It's the car that carried Ryan to the top of the Street Outlaws list and cemented his legacy in No Prep Kings. It's been wrecked and rebuilt, re-engineered and refined, season after season. It represents a total refusal to get complacent. Even after winning multiple championships, they're constantly innovating. The Fireball isn't some dusty relic, it's a living, breathing testament to constant improvement, and while the red Fireball is the OG icon, the garage also holds its formidable stablemates. The gray Camaro, a 2018 ZL1, shows his commitment to evolving. Built by the same chassis expert as the original Fireball, Bill Gilsback, this car represents a more modern platform with better tech and aerodynamics. It's a strategic tool, allowing the team to test different setups and power adders. This car, sometimes called the Phoenix, also has an incredible story of resilience. During a tour in Australia, Martin had one of the worst crashes of his career. The car was mangled. For most racers, it would have been a season ender. But what happened next was one of the most shocking displays of the team's grit. The car wasn't just repaired, it was resurrected. In a stunningly short time, the team rebuilt the car from the ground up, making it stronger and faster than before. The Phoenix is more than a backup, it's proof of Martin's refusal to be beaten. It's a statement that a setback is just a setup for a comeback. Looking ahead, Martin is continuing to push, confirming he's building a brand new 1969 Camaro Pro Mod, signaling his ambition to conquer even more of the drag racing world. Away from the cars, one wall of the garage tells the final story. It's not lined with tools, but with the spoils of war. This is the trophy wall. Dominating the display are the massive, coveted No Prep Kings Championship trophies. Winning one is a career highlight. Winning 3 individual championships and a team championship is the mark of a dynasty. Alongside the NPK hardware are countless other trophies, but it's not just the shiny stuff. There are retired race suits, old helmets, and maybe most telling, a few carefully placed broken parts from past crashes. They aren't kept as trophies of failure, they're kept as lessons, reminders of the razor's edge these guys operate on. This wall isn't for ego, it's a resume written in gold and carbon fiber. For all the gleaming metal and mind-blowing horsepower, the biggest discovery inside Ryan Martin's garage isn't made of steel. It's the human element, the team, the family, and the incredible personal sacrifice that fuels the whole operation. The garage busts the myth of the lone wolf driver and shows the truth. Behind every single win is a dedicated, exhausted team. This is no one-man show. The garage is the headquarters of Martin Motorsports, and it's a hive of activity. While Ryan is the driver, he's backed by a core group of talented people who share his insane work ethic. They're the unsung heroes who are there long after the cameras leave, the ones tearing down an engine at 3 a.m. to diagnose a problem. At the center of this human engine is Ryan's partner, Cherish Casey, known to fans as Mama Fireball. Her influence is everywhere. The garage isn't just Ryan's world, it's their world. Cherish is way more than just a supportive partner, she's a crucial part of the business and racing operations. She helps manage the insane logistics, the travel schedule, and the business side of their B&R performance empire. Their partnership is a masterclass in teamwork, a blend of personal and professional life required to handle the pressure of racing and being in the public eye. The garage also tells a story of sacrifice. You can see the subtle signs of the brutal hours, a collection of empty energy drinks from an all-nighter to get a car ready, or a pair of worn-out gloves tossed aside after hours of hard work. This is the reality behind the polished wins. It's a world of late nights, missed holidays, and constant stress. Ryan has been open about the toll it takes to balance being a top racer, a business owner, a TV star, and a father. The real discovery inside the garage isn't a piece of tech, it's the visible proof of a powerful support system. It's the understanding that the Fireball Camaro isn't just propelled by a Proline engine, but by the collective energy of a dedicated team and the unwavering support of a family. The real shock is realizing that Ryan Martin's greatest asset isn't under the hood, it's the people standing right there with him. The doors to Ryan Martin's garage opened, and the world looked inside, hoping to find the answer to one question: what's his secret? They were searching for a trick, a shortcut, a single, juicy scandal that would explain his years of dominance, but the shocking truth they found was far more complicated, and way more impressive. There was no secret engine from a big manufacturer. There was no single illegal gadget. There was no sign of a mysterious billionaire funding the whole thing. The shock was the sheer, unapologetic, and overwhelming evidence of work. The secret to Ryan Martin's success wasn't hiding in some dark corner of his garage, it was in every single square inch of it. It was in the surgically clean floors, the perfectly organized tools, and the race cars sitting ready for war. It was on the wall of trophies earned through thousands of passes down dangerous tracks, and in the rebuilt chassis of a car that refused to stay broken. The world was looking for a scandal, but what they found was a standard. A standard of professionalism, precision, and dedication that is almost unheard of. They discovered that Ryan Martin's unfair advantage is an unbreakable work ethic. His secret weapon is a world-class team and a family that has his back. His mysterious power is an obsessive attention to detail that leaves absolutely nothing to chance. The garage didn't tarnish a legacy. It cemented it. It proved that even today, a champion can be forged the old-fashioned way, through grit, smarts, and a relentless will to win. The biggest secret Ryan Martin was hiding wasn't a weakness, but the overwhelming, undeniable, and truly shocking scale of his strength. What did you find most impressive about Ryan Martin's operation? Was it the legendary Fireball Camaro, the incredible comeback story of the Phoenix, or the sheer professionalism of his entire garage and team? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and for more deep dives into the workshops and legacies of racing's greatest figures, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so you never miss what we uncover next.